Hello, Internet, and welcome back. It's nice to be back. Back on the Internet, back on YouTube, alive again. Reborn into the world of Pokemon and Showdown, as you can see. And, before I keep talking, let's just introduce the team, because we've got the same team as yesterday, but we've got Cradily and a Bishop here. So, I've swapped Ferrothorn out, swapped Tyranitar out. This is just a provisional change, just some sort of desperate grasp of making the team a bit more interesting, really. Not sure how much I'm going to like it, though, because, Ferrothorn can really easily switch into God of Wars and Sylveons. Bishop can't. Bishop does help with Aegislash, though, I suppose, and Cradily does offer Storm Drain. That is the only reason why you would use Cradily, to protect the camera up, because, before, this is the other team with the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn, I think, is relied on a little bit too much to sort of knock out the Milotics and the Suicunes and whatever else for the Camerupt. But if it can just sit there and, absorb all of the water attacks, then, whatever, let's try it. I suppose on the other side, in Trick Room, Ferrothorn actually does hit really hard. Cradily sits there and does nothing, but whatever. We're going to, just get into it, just test it out a bit. I've done probably about 2-3 games with it like this, and they've all gone really well, actually. So, quite amused by how well it's gone, but, let's see how this goes. I've not played a Talonflame with this team just yet, though. So I'm liking Sylveon here, and I'm liking Camerupt as well. Let's go Camerupt Sylveon. Let's just, we're not interested in Trick Room. We just want to, lead with some boshy, big, fat Pokemon. And slender Pokemon. In terms of Sylveon there. I think Cradily will be quite nice here, though, to absorb any water attacks from that Ludicolo. And, at this point we're not taking anything Trick Room, are we? So I think, I don't know, maybe Cresselia might be handy. It doesn't really do anything, though, Cresselia here, apart from maybe Ice Beam for like 30% on the Hydreigon and the Thundurus. Jellicent, again, doesn't really do much. Bishop, am I going to not take any Trick Room things at all? I'll go with the Jellicent, because at least then I can Will-O-Wisp the Metagross if it does become a problem. So we've got Camerupt, we've got Sylveon here, and let's just go straight for a Heat Wave and a Protect. Yeah, he might protect his Metagross here. If he doesn't, it gets knocked out. If he does, then Thundurus isn't really doing too much to Camerupt. So, yeah, he might be playing this safe. His Ludicolo, yeah, his Ludicolo is going to eat a Heat Wave, which is probably going to do about like 40% at a guess. Yeah, 41 to 44%. So I don't really know my Camerupt calculations too well, but it is a very powerful attack, and it is neutral, so I'm going to assume that that's an Assault Vest, like they all are, Ludicolo. But what I can do now, though, is just bring in Heat Wave. Or can I? Yes, problems. Because Cradily isn't, or is it, going to survive an Iron Head? How bulky is Cradily? Are you going to survive an Iron Head? I'm not sure. So what we'll do then is Protect and bring in Jellicent. Yeah, I'm not too keen on this position. So this is, I'm learning here as well. Oh, he doesn't even go for a water attack there. But the Iron Head's disabled now. That is kind of half what I was fishing for, because now I can Heat Wave and bring Cradily in rather safely. If it has got Ice Punch and makes this, amazing prediction, which is not going to, yeah, because he protects, then, there we go. Then, I'm still going to survive that and get this Heat Wave off. Critical hit on the Ludicolo. Woo. Cradily is sitting at +1 now. So, yeah, Camerupt is quite happy now, I would imagine. Until the Meteors of Draco come in its direction. I should EV this Camerupt, actually, to survive one of these. But I'm just going to bring Sylveon in for now. And as we can see, this Cradily's got quite an interesting moveset. I've never used Cradily before. It's always one of these Pokemon that I've wanted to use, but never have. And this is an Assault Vest one, which I can't decide if it works with Mirakoto or not, because it means I can survive more hits, but it means I don't take as much damage, so I don't dish as much back. So, a bit of a paradox there, I suppose. But whatever, bringing Sylveon in because that is disabled. And did we see the last one? Was it the Thunderous? Yeah, it was the Thunderous, wasn't it? So I don't know. I'm tempted to Ancient Power the Metagross slot, but I think oh, I don't know, because he could just Zen Headbutt the Cradily. So let's go for an Earth Power on the Metagross. If he brings the Thunderous in, then so be it. But he doesn't. He does. Ooh, he does. He does do that. But this Earth Power does do a lot of damage. Okay. Interesting position. If I get rid of the Metagross, then I've got a little bit more leeway. But see, this is the problem with having a Trick Room team and not getting Trick Room up. Because like every turn feels like a struggle. You've got to predict it right. Because I'm pretty threatened. I mean, the Iron Head being disabled was fortunate to start off with, but it obviously is in my favour. It's still doing a lot of damage with Zen Headbutt though. And another one will obviously knock the Sylveon out here. But if he does, then I can just really knock out the Metagross. Is he going to do that though? If I knock the Metagross out, then I'm losing my Sylveon, and Hydreigon is a problem. So I kind of do need to get Trick Room up. Yeah, what I'm going to do, this might seem strange, and this might be silly, but I'm going to bring Camerupt in, and I think a +1 Ancient Power will knock out a -1 Metagross from there. So yeah, that's exactly why I used Ancient Power, just to cover that switch. Okay. That does quite a lot of damage. Unfortunately, no boost. That would be pretty nice to get the boost, wouldn't it? There. I think it's got to be threatened, like by the Cradily now. Like, who would have thought that would have happened? He's got to target that to stop me from, knocking out his Pokemon. So I'm just going to Heat Wave, and I'm going to go for an Ancient Power onto the Thunderous. Or he can Thunder Wave me and try and fish for some full paralysis. Full paralyses, whatever. But now the Metagross is not disabled anymore, and I'm in a pretty tricky situation. Now I have got the Colbur Berry on the Jellicent, and so I think I can survive a Dark Pulse. I just need to hope that he doesn't double target on the Jellicent, or I don't flinch. So I'm going to go for a Trick Room. If he does double target me, then hopefully I'm not going to get fully paralyzed, and I can knock out the Metagross with Nerve Power. So it's not, all doom and gloom just yet, because this Colbur Berry might just save me here. But we've got to deal with a few RNG rolls. Oh, he just goes for an Earth Power. Okay. So I got my Trick Room off, and Sylveon should win the game now then, unless he's got Bullet Punch. If he's got Bullet Punch, then that's not good. Yeah, I put Surf on this, just like, why not? Because I've got the Cradily. You can see how I've tried to make this team a little bit more interesting. Like, I thought Smeargle is kind of a problem as well, so I put Magic Coat on this Jellicent. Like, who's going to see that coming? So, everyone now when when you see this. But yeah, I mean, the game's over unless he's got Bullet Punch really. So, whatever. Just press some moves. Doesn't look like he has. And that was that. Okay. Excellent. Cradily actually did some work. I'm impressed. Let's look for another game. We haven't seen the Bisharp then, yet. The Bisharp has got a few little tricks to it as well, I suppose you could say. This looks... I mean, whenever you see Politoed and Arcanine and Amoonguss together, it just makes me think of Perish Song, but can't see any Perish Song here, so stop being silly, Barry. But what I do see is a Kangaskhan and a Thunderous, everyone's favourite, and Cresselia, and some other stuff. What are we going to do then? Amoonguss, are you a problem? Potentially. I'm actually going to take Cradily again, because Cradily does look kind of nice here, apart from the Kangaskhan could be a bit of a problem. But I've got Jellicent, haven't I? If I went Cradily and Jellicent, then Amoonguss would be a problem. But let's go with Cradily and Jellicent, and let's go with Bisharp here. Maybe it can try and do some of its tricks. And let's just go with Camerupt, even though he's probably going to bring the rain. Let's go with Camerupt. Kangaskhan and Politoed, okay. Is he going to have Scrappy? Maybe. Maybe not. But if I can get rid of this Politoed, then Camerupt does definitely have a bit of a better time. I suppose Politoed doesn't actually do anything as long as Cradily is on the field, though, so not sure how pressured I should be by it. So let's just go for some little pathetic chip damage. Not going to Trick Room because he might have a Amoonguss. Okay, it's just going straight for a low kick. Maybe Weakness Ball, so you'd be quite nice on the Cradily there. But yeah, thankfully the Will-O-Wisp does hit. Now that Kangaskhan is obviously, you know, a little less effective now. But a low kick is still going to knock the Cradily out, and Bisharp doesn't want to come in on that. And the problem is I can't switch Camerupt and then go for a Surf. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. I do want to keep the Cradily, though, because it's got the Politoed in the back. And it could be... I mean, if it's got Ice Beam... I mean, Ice Beam isn't going to knock Cradily out from here, so... yeah. Let's bring Camerupt in. I'm wincing at this play. Bring Camerupt in and go for a Will-O-Wisp on the Amoonguss, just to start chipping away at it. Amoonguss is a bit of a problem for this. Yeah, he did low kick again, so I couldn't have brought Bisharp in there. Probably just going to Spore the Jellicent here, yeah. If I went for a Magic Coat, then I suppose I could have bounced that back, but you can't put Amoonguss to sleep anymore with Spore, unfortunately. And he's free to just double edge the Camerupt now, and Giga Drain the Jellicent. I mean, Bisharp wouldn't be too bad now if I could get it in for free, but it's really not going to appreciate... like, even a double edge, even a double edge from a burnt Kangaskhan on a resisted hit, this Bisharp will probably take quite a chunk from it. But I think it's quite safe to bring it in on the Jellicent, so I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to bring the Bisharp in. Oh, okay. It's a shame, that is a big shame, that I couldn't, you know, get the switch first to get the Defiant boost. But, oh well. At least can protect the next turn. And I have still got the Cradily as well. If he's got like close combat or something, then a combination of close combat, or maybe even, I don't know, a Snarl maybe, and an Ice Beam might knock the Camerupt out, maybe. Not too sure. But I'm just going to protect the Camerupt, and I mean, if I bring the Jellicent in, then it's nice and safe, but I don't get any momentum from it. But I don't really want to risk bringing Cradily in. I mean, Bisharp I think is actually quite important here, because what I haven't told you yet is this Bisharp has got the safety goggles, so I can Sucker Punch around its Rage Pounders, and this Kangaskhan is in Sucker Punch range, so that's my thought, just there. So like everything is quite important at the moment. I think he needs to double up on the Camerupt, surely. Surely, else I can just Earth Power the Arcanine and knock it out. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe even a double target. I mean, Camerupt is pretty bulky. I'm just going to go for it. Nice. So, Cradily is going to be weakened now every turn, which is quite unfortunate because I do need it around while this Politoed is still active. But at least I got rid of his Arcanine, so I guess Bisharp is a little less threatened now, but the Politoed threatens it quite a lot. Because this is a pretty slow Bisharp, and it can just get burnt by Scald. So here's a Kangaskhan. Yeah, I'm gonna protect and bring in the Jellicent. It's really safe, but I don't want the Cradily taking any more damage from, you know, Fake Out or Burn, basically. I might be able to burn a turn off Sleep as well. So we went to sleep, and then I withdrew it straight away, so I haven't burnt any sleep turns on this. Yeah, good. So every turn that Kangaskhan is getting whittled down even more now, and the rain has gone, which doesn't really make too much of a difference, but does help. Now, is he inclined to bring Amoonguss back in? I don't know. Jellicent is sitting really nicely here, and I only really need Bishop for this Kangaskhan. I mean, I say that this Politoed is becoming a problem, because even Burn, like, if I Giga Drain it a few times, I don't think I'm gonna win out if it has got Ice Beam. Don't really want to protect again. He might bring the Amoonguss in, so I'm gonna go for a because I mean it's really obvious bringing the Cradily in here, so he might low kick that slot even. Yeah, I'm not sure he wants to Scald, especially because the rain's gone down, so I think he might bring Amoonguss back in. I'm gonna bring Bishop in and burn a turn of Sleep, I think. Yeah. Doesn't matter what I click, I can't wake up. Okay, so we just go for the return there, but he doesn't bring the Amoonguss in. He Scalds that slot as well, ouch. And he burns me. Well, the burn's unfortunate. I suppose he could have just Sucker Punched me anyway though. Okay, well that's, yeah. Would a return have knocked out the Camerupt though? I'm not even sure, but at least I can protect again and go for a Trick Room now, because Camerupt is, you know, slower than Amoonguss, and so if the rain is not up, I can do a lot of damage to it with a Heat Wave. Jellicent can wake up, so it'd be nice if it would. Only, you know, do you think that's 2 or 3 turns Kangaskhan's going to go down? It's going to be a close finish, I think. Can't believe how much work this. He predicted it, yeah. And I woke up, nice one. I can't believe how much work this Cradily is actually doing. I mean, I liked the idea of Storm Drain, and I have seen people use Camerupt and Gastrodon, and even some people with Camerupt and Cradily. I like the idea, but Cradily just seems like such a dead weight Pokemon. Especially when you get your Trick Room turns up, you need to use those turns and actually do damage. But it seems to be working. I mean, a Sucker Punch isn't going to knock Camerupt out here, so I'm just going to Heat Wave and bring Cradily in. And if he Scalds, he Scalds. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Yeah. And the rain is still down now, so I'm feeling okay. Game still isn't won though. If I can get rid of this Amoonguss, then the game is probably won. What is the Amoonguss on? It's going to be on 100% now, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to Heat Wave and Earth Power, because a Heat Wave in itself probably won't one-shot the Amoonguss. If he protects the Amoonguss here, which he is he going to, what, Ice Beam? Has he got Ice Beam? He hasn't showed it all game. Well, here it is now. Okay. Well, that is, that's nasty, that. So we've got 2 turns to Trick Room left. I need to Heat Wave, and I need to hope that it knocks the Amoonguss out. And let's start whittling away at this Politoed. Yeah, if he survives and Giga Drains, oh, then he's going to get health back to... And he Spores! Wow. He should have Giga Drained there, because he would have brought his health back up to a level that the burn would not have knocked him out. And then he could have, you know, cycled through and won the game from there. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've won the game here. Surely Politoed can't win this one when I can burn it. So, you know, a little bit of a mistake by my opponent, but I probably made a couple of mistakes as well. But that's Pokemon, isn't it? It's just a game of pressing moves and doing what you think's best. So hopefully he won't waste too much of our time here, and we can burn it and knock it out. Be nice, wouldn't it? So there we go. How about this funky little Trick Room team? Getting a little bit more interesting now as the game's as it progresses, I guess, with the safety goggles Bishop and the Storm Drain Cradily. The game, I mean, there was one game that I did just before I started recording this that I wish I was recording, where it worked perfectly. Bishop did so much work, because he had like this Carmine Cresselia setting up and his Amoonguss out, thinking it was all safe and everything. And I predicted a Heatran switch in and low kicked it as well, and knocked it out, and it's a pretty good game. Wish I was recording that. But it seems like my opponent's just sort of wasting time here, so he can't win. I mean, if I wake up and burn it and he scolds me and burns me and it's got rest, then maybe he could still win, but I doubt all of those things are going to happen. I doubt it's got rest. That's the doubtful thing in those string of events. But yeah, it seems like it's wasting time, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Thank you for watching this, guys. I hope you've enjoyed me coming back and gracing YouTube's presence again, or my own presence, whatever, you know what I mean. I'm here, I'm talking. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like it and share it if you've enjoyed and think it deserves such clicks from your mouses and your cursors. So goodbye for now. Thanks a lot.